Hello, Mermaid Fantasy Footballers. Welcome to episode 9 of the Mermaid Pool Spa and Patio Fantasy Football Podcast. We're here in the Mermaid Studios. Mark Hostetler with Evan Baker. How are you doing, Evan?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad to see there's no protesting. Your last week's protested work. You almost got the highest score. You got a win. So no protesting again. No knees? No taking a knee?
No taking a knee today. I think we're just going to play this one straight.
Well, you don't really have a whole lot to look forward to this week. It's going to be a pretty easy matchup. Kind of like you having a bye week this week.
You think so? That's why they play the games.
That is why they play the games. I mean, you're hot. You're the hottest team in the league.
Yeah. I mean, I've certainly scored the most points. It's not really that close. Sorry, Kyle. I don't know. We'll just.
How do you feel being at the top of the? I mean, you're at the top of the hill right now. You're the king of the hill. Put up high scores.
Like Lewis says, it's all about Mario Kart.
It's always about Mario Kart.
Last one at the top of the hill at the end of the year.
Maybe that's how we should decide draft picks next year is Mario Kart.
Interesting. I like that idea.
Like that idea?
Yes.
Okay. We'll put that in our back pocket. So, last week, good week. Good week for you, bad week for me. I mean,
just another week for me.
This is another week for you? There's another day of the office.
Doing what I do. I mean,
looks like we had 4 blowouts and one really close game. Sorry, Jeff. Not enough magic on Monday night.
I mean, it was pretty darn close there. That was close. Jordan was. Can you give a coaching dud for a win still? Is that allowed?
No, I'm not going to give. So he benched Dak Prescott over Matt Ryan. That's a coaching dud move right there. But he got the win. But I did not realize this. I mean, I go through the stats. You know, I look at them. But I did not realize that Sunday night, Jeff played Matt Bryant, who went -1 as a kicker.
Oh.
So it wouldn't have mattered because his bench got his bench out. But he had Matt Bryant -1, Eric Decker 0, Marshawn Lynch 0. It was kind of like his team was
zeros. Hey Jeff, remember when I offered to trade you Kelvin Benjamin and Mark Ingram for LaShawn McCoy and Eric Decker? Would have got you a win.
Would have got you a win.
Would have got you a win, buddy.
Playing Keenan Allen would have gotten you a win. Rob Kelly would have gotten you a win. Jerron Brown would have gotten you a win. Well, no, Jerron Brown wouldn't. Yeah, he would have gotten you a win. Playing him over Eric Decker. Marquise Goodwin would have gotten you a win.
But Jordan could have shut that all down with the Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I mean, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, exactly. Hindsight's 20/20.
That's a tough beat right there. So,
and Kirk Cousins had a chance at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I was up, I was watching it, and they get the ball back with like 2 minutes to go and no timeouts left, and he needs 45 yards to get 2 points, and then he gets sacked on the first play and throws it incomplete, and then they're just like, we're just not gonna do it anymore. We're done. We're calling it a day. And it was
that would have been one of the most awesome garbage time come from behind wins.
That would have been brutal.
It's like calling a timeout with 5 seconds to go when you're down 40 to throw a touchdown to your backup tight end who you played. And I thought that was going to be that's the Philly-Washington Monday night game. There's always something weird that happens.
Yep. Unfortunately, I missed a kick at the end of the year, or at the end of the game, to tie for the high score. So it is what it is. Blair gets this week, but we'll be there. We'll be fine.
So right now, this is kind of an interesting podcast because normally we do it Tuesday nights. We couldn't last night for reasons, so we moved it to tonight. But right now we have the text thread going, and I know I have at least 2 people texting me about trades. And I see Evans over there texting on his phone about trades. So
no, I was just reading Blair's bitter berry text.
I'm responding to it right now. I'm demanding a recount for this redraft this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You finally have a bad team, and
It's not so much that I have a bad I have bad teams quite a bit. It's just when I have decent teams, I usually work some magic at the end of the year. So, okay, so let's move on. So we're going to, as we recap last week, we're going to sprinkle in the studs and duds throughout last week. So let's just get it out of the way. Last week we had the grudge match of all grudge matches. Evan's Golden Grams against Show Me Your TDs, which has now changed his name to I Hate Evan.
I mean, some people may call it a grudge match, but grudge match usually implies there's competition on the other side. And, well, we all see how that worked out.
Yeah.
Large Marge over here.
Large Marge. It really was. So this morning here at the Mermaid Studios, Scott was adding up if he would have played Derek Carr and Aaron Jones, if he would have still lost, which the extra 52 points still would have made you lose. And so he didn't feel as bad. I guess that's not the way I'd look at it. I'd still feel bad no matter what if this is your Super Bowl.
You got shellacked by 57 points.
You got shellacked. Schlacked.
So...
Buzzsaw.
That was fine. That was a good win. Just on to the next week already.
Just keep rolling?
We're looking forward to this week, Nuns in a Hospital.
No, that's not my team name anymore.
Or whatever it is
My team name is my whole team for picks.
Yeah.
So, draft
We'll
picks.
talk about that.
So, let's talk about it now.
Okay, let's talk about it now.
So, there was an offer made by Adam Freeman that his players were available for next year's draft picks. And so, I lost to Adam, and so now he's not really looking for draft picks next year, but my team is in shambles, and I've got 2 trade chips that I said I had one GM, I won't name who it is, offer a 6th-round pick for one of my players next year. And there'd be another player he'd send back to me this year. Evan is not liking it.
So here are my thoughts on trading future draft picks. It's fun. It's a cool idea. It allows to be more of a franchise, but I think to do that, it has to be a keeper league of some sort, and I think that you have to go in reverse order of how you finish. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't like it. So here's the deal. If you trade away Melvin Gordon, who's your stud on your team now, for...
He's not who was offered for draft picks.
Well, whatever.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Anybody. This is for the example.
Yeah.
If you throw out Melvin Gordon to trade for next year, I feel like if I'm going to have to compete with that person, I either risk my next year on winning this game this year, and one of us is going to lose at that point.
Yeah.
And then at that point, not only have we screwed over this season, we've screwed over next season. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of takes away the...
Because if we were in a keeper league, I don't know if I would trade Melvin Gordon for a 4th or 5th round pick. Because I would keep him. I'd want to keep him.
But then you would lose like your 1st round pick for keeping him or something like that. There's something.
No.
Keeper rules are weird.
No, they normally...
Because you can't keep everybody.
No, usually you get like... It depends on how many people you keep. If it's like we have 18 people on the team, we have an 18-person roster, they normally say like 20%, so 4 guys? 4 guys you would keep. So if I kept 4 guys on my team, I'd keep Rodgers.
Yeah.
Rodgers, Luck.
You would keep Rodgers and Luck and Melvin Gordon and nobody.
Who's my other writers? Doug Baldwin, maybe. But I wouldn't trade him unless like someone offered me, like if maybe someone said, I'll give you a 1st round pick next year. Maybe. No, I still don't think I would do that. Depends on who I got with it. So I get what you're saying. So here's the moral of the story is we always ask this, and I already know I can hear Blair yelling out his car window on the way to work today. No, I'm a fantasy football purist.
Traditionalist.
I'm sorry, Blair. Traditionalist. He wants the same old 10 teams, snake draft, redraft every year.
We're lucky we got bonuses in with him. Otherwise
He doesn't want any of this tomfoolery of substituting Thursday night games or anything like that. But we have 7 people that have played every year. Why not look at a keeper league? I feel like we have a solid 10 managers in this league. Nate, I think you're the weak link because I don't know where you're going to be in 5 years, but I think the other 9 of us, I could foresee
Jordan took a little convincing this year.
Yeah,
but I think, understandably.
I think it'd be fun to do a keeper league, but obviously you'd have to start at the next year, and you draft knowing going in that you're drafting a keeper team.
Yeah, because that changes a lot of things. I mean, rookies get picked up earlier, and
well, maybe we vote on this again this year. See how people are feeling.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Okay.
I don't think it's just different.
All right. So let's go back. So Evan, you get a coaching stud of the week because you played the team that you're supposed to play, and they rolled your arch nemesis Scott. Scott, you get a dud because you left. You picked. So you had 4 options.
Points on the board.
You had 4 options. You had Carr, Winston. You had Bortles, and then you picked up Hundley, and you played the one quarterback out of the 4 that sucked the most. Which I thank you, because if you wouldn't have picked him up, I would have picked him up, and I was planning on playing him. So thank you for saving me.
But hindsight revealed that wouldn't matter for you either.
No, it wouldn't have mattered.
And you got walloped by 35.
You got walloped by a lot. All right, so let's go to we already did Jeff.
Adam Freeman. Let's talk about Adam Freeman. Jarvis Landry. Traded for Jarvis Landry, said he's going to be a top 7 wide receiver the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So far, 2 games, 2 touchdowns.
12 points, 15 points.
I mean...
Adam's called it. He also wanted me to make everybody aware that this week, Michael Thomas outscored A.J. Green.
Yep.
I think he has a big tally board in his room.
I think he does, too.
That he's like, all right, so we...
A.J. Green gets to play Indianapolis this week, though.
Yeah, he does. I hope A.J. Green goes bonkers this week. I hope he catches 2 80-yard touchdowns. I mean, I'm rooting for you.
Are you playing Andy Dalton?
No, so the Colts lose. That's what you want, right?
That's what
You're on the Colts losing bandwagon.
I'm betting again. I'm playing the don't pass line.
So Adam schlacked me. I put up 69. T. I get a dud because my whole team sucks. They're a dumpster fire right now.
Blair, high score of the week, 144.
Yeah, let's go to Blair. Where's the GOAT? So another grudge match. He slacked Lewis, and
big time.
Lewis threatened to quit. I think Lewis had a rough Sunday.
Lewis was going to take his ball and go home.
He was going to take his ball and go home. He was not a happy camper. And so he put up 88 points. He's rolling with Cam Newton. Cam Newton gets you 7 points. You're going to lose. I mean, that's all there is to it. But he got buzzsawed with 51 points from a running back. When was the last time a running back got 51?
Week 1.
Oh. Who had that?
Me. Kareem Hunt.
Did you win that week?
No.
Oh. That's too bad. So, wow. 51 points. So Lewis is still better. Have we heard from Lewis anymore since then?
No. We probably send Kyle over there to check on him or something. He's the closest one.
Let's just do it.
But Kyle may not be doing so well either. Kyle had the beat down put on him, too.
Oh, well, yeah, we got him. So, Blair gets a coaching stud. Blair gets a coaching stud because Ezekiel, it's hard to... I mean, he was facing a suspension, and Blair still rolled with him, and, he came alive. You know what I mean?
Coaching stud, Nate Simpson.
Nate's on a hot streak right now.
He and I are the 2 hottest teams in the league.
He's got to change his name from the New York Giants. So, that Thursday night, Amari Cooper's going bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, Nate has him, and he'd been sucking lately. And I thought maybe Nate benched him. It was a tough defense on Thursday night,
short week.
And I was like, oh my gosh, he benched him. And then I looked, and then I saw that he didn't bench him, and I was like, wow. So
Kyle ran into another buzzsaw.
Kyle didn't have Leonard Fournette, so, But he still put up 106 points. He beat me without his stud running back.
Yeah.
So, no, neither of these guys get studs or duds.
Kyle, no. Nate.
I'll give Nate a stud for playing.
He made the trade for Alex Smith.
Yeah.
His coaching stud move was...
He ripped me off.
He
gave me a dud.
So he had a need, and...
He gave me a dud of Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Man, that's
like trading Golden Tate and then watching him get hurt.
Man, I had just traded for him, And I was like so giddy that I had Rodgers and Devontae Adams. And I was going to double dip all over the place. And man, it was like twice as crushing.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the
place
things
you're double dipping now is
IR quarterbacks.
TCBY treats or something like that. I don't know. Couldn't think of it.
That's who we should get to sponsor us. I can give for some of that right now.
No joke.
Yeah, I'm right now. The thread right now is Blair's putting up tons of pictures of bitter, you mad, Omaha. You really, really tried. I like that Blair's the king of these little gift pictures and things like that.
Dank memes. You probably found them on the Reddit.
Are these dank memes?
I think these are dank memes.
Lewis and Kyle, can you please put up a dank meme to give me an example so I can follow in the dank meme tradition? Because I don't really know what to search for there. All right, so
that's all for last week.
There's a lot going on right now. We're very distracted with this thread and pictures that Blair just keeps, and he has no idea we're podcasting right now.
No.
All right, so that was last week. So let's go to. We want to do some power rankings.
You do some power rankings?
Evan has compiled. He has poured over. Yesterday, I think he was in his office for no joke 2 hours.
Coming up
writing
with the perfect
formulas,
list.
algorithms, and a lot of time spent figuring out the power rankings. So
long and short of it was I used the Pythagorean theorem times 2 divided by 2. So
what's the Pythagorean theorem?
Isn't
that do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you?
I think so. Something like that. So I think number one, I think we all agree that's Blair.
Oh.
144 points. Crushed division, crushed his rival.
Yep.
Crushed the number one person in the power rankings. Crushed the other division leader, however you want to call it.
Is that a statement game for Blair?
I think so. I think it has to be. And so he just needs to hope that Ezekiel Elliott stays out of the...
And now he took my heart and soul Aaron Rodgers and put him on his IR spot.
Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, I guess that's the downside to the IR slot, but, I was the one that fought for that, and I stand by it. And I still haven't gotten to use my IR slot yet, so...
You could have picked him up!
I guess in an alternate universe, I guess it's still a good thing.
Can I have your IR slot?
Sure.
Because I need it.
Yeah, $50, you can have it.
Ouch. All right, so...
Number 2, Lewis only drops a spot.
Yeah, he's still 5-2.
5-2, division leader. Scored the most points in that division. Mm-hmm. Just one bad game does not define, and it wasn't that bad. What do you have, like 88 points? Not awful, but it still needs to be. I think realistically, everybody should. So you need 100 to feel good about your team.
And Lewis was pretty adamant that he was rolling with this team, that his team was good. And I still think he's got a good team, but do you think after this loss he makes some? I mean, he's quite on the fantasy front right now. He may really have gone home with his ball. Like, he may be protesting right now.
I don't know what he's doing, but I know that he is...
Hopefully he's regrouping.
I think he's still rolling with Cam. I sent out a couple trade offers for Dez if you want...
Oh, there it is!
Speak of the devil.
My life force is drained significantly. I felt off this entire week. The only fix is a W to get back on track. Well said, Lewis. I'm well right. Said.
That was a very non-Cam Newton-esque press conference right there.
I was just about to say that if Lewis is listening, we need Lewis to respond because of his some of his dry humor really helps keep that thread going with the league. So I'm glad Lewis got us a response there.
That's right. That's first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem.
Admitting you have a problem.
So team number 3 is me.
Oh, Golden Grams.
Golden Grams.
Everything you touch is golden?
I'm King Midas. 4-3, scored the most points. I'm working my way back up after
2-game winning streak.
2-game winning streak.
You and Nate are tied for the biggest winning streak right
now. That's right. Number 4.
Wait, hold on, sorry.
No, go ahead.
How confident are you that by the season's end you're at the top spot on the power rankings?
Minimally.
Oh.
But I've still got Kyle.
You're only 1 game back.
I still play Kyle, Lewis, and Blair again. So
that was a whole game behind you.
Yeah, and we played once. And
this is the last week
technically game and a half.
This is the last week of cross-divisional games.
Yeah, so that's the other thing was the last 3 weeks, or this is the third week.
Yeah.
We've done. Everybody has been cross divisional. At least 3 weeks. I didn't go back past that. Oh no, because I played Adam, and so this is it. You gotta. I mean.
Once you get done, then you get into the nitty gritty with your conference, with your division.
Yep, you got to win. That's it. So, team number 4, that is going to be Mark Hostetler.
No, this is my first. So
hey, look, you're 4-3. You dropped a tough one. You've only lost 1 in a row, but you've scored more points than Jeff has, so you're above Jeff.
Well, don't pencil that one in. Let's not pin that in. Let's put it in light pencil so you can erase it pretty quickly.
Number 5, victorious money, is Jeff.
Yeah.
Number 6 at 3-4, the second highest score in the league, Kyle. Who, as it sits right now, Kyle and I would play each other in the playoffs, and that would be kind of crushing because Kyle and I feel like, have 2 of the best teams in the league, and we'd play each other in the first round.
Kyle's got a 3-4 record. Out of 7 games so far, he's lost 4 of them. 2
of us have scored 800 points, and he's one of them. So, Kyle, you get number 6.
Bad defense, Kyle. You better work on your fantasy football defense.
Next up, 3-4 goes 7 is Adam, followed by Scott at 8.
Oof.
Nate Simpson stays at 9 with another win, even though Jordan got the win as well.
Working his way
Jordan
up.
stays at 10. So, you just gotta.
So right now, there's only 3 games between. So
everybody's still alive.
2 weeks ago, we talked about these next couple weeks. It's either someone's gonna break away, or we're gonna come back together. Mm-hmm. So far, everybody's kind of stayed together. Yep. Those bottom 2 teams won a game. Those top 2 teams lost a game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's what it takes.
If we get another year where
everybody's alive in the last week.
Everybody's alive in that last week.
It's most fun. Most fun.
We may have to do something. We may have to go all out on the last week's podcast and do like a live, how about we do a live podcast for the entire day of football, like 1 o'clock to end of the night, Sunday night.
That would be awful. For multiple, we'd never be able to upload that file. Logistically, it'd be hard.
We could. Here's what we'll do.
We need to load it. We need to figure out this Reddit's thing and see if we can put it on there.
We just need beer and microphones, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. That seems like a glorious way to spend a Sunday. But don't get me wrong.
If 8 out of the, if everybody is not mathematically eliminated, and that's a lot because my team may be. I mean, I'm still in it, and I'm just scrounging away trying to keep in there. So if all the teams are within that distance, I mean, we got to do something. We got to. Last year, we all went to, not all of us, but like 6 of us went to B-Dubs.
The casino, too.
Well, the casino part sucked.
Free food.
The food was good, but we sat around and watched those dinky little TVs, and they were horrible to watch.
Nate and I gambled a little bit.
Did you win?
No,
exactly.
I won about as much as I did at fantasy football.
Nothing? Kicking the nuts.
Okay, what's next after our power rankings?
After our power rankings. So let's go. Let's look forward and let's get out our mystical ball of fortune and see if we can.
Our crystal ball?
Yeah, let's get out our crystal balls and let's take a look at week 8 and see some matchups. And let's just start with Scott.
Scott's team currently projected to score 0.
Yeah, he is right now. He is plus 86.4. Scott is this his protest since he got beat last week by you? He's not gonna show his hand.
Well, so Scott's got a chance here against Jordan. I think this may be a loser leaves town match.
I don't think so.
If Jordan gets beat
on paper,
2-6. I mean, so these teams they're both struggling for that final playoff spot.
So Scott has 2. I mean, his quarterbacks aren't bad. I mean, they just put up both of them over 35 points. Mm-hmm. Jordan Howard, Jay Ajayi, Doug Martin. He's got decent running backs. He's got Brandon Cooks. Thank you. You're welcome. He's got decent receivers. Like, he's got a decent team on paper. You just got to put them all together. Jordan's, like, hurting right now. Kenny Stills has had a couple big weeks, but he's got Kenny Stills, Mohamed Sanu, Latavius Murray, and Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
That doesn't scare you at all, does it?
I mean, Latavius Murray had 25 points last week.
Yeah, and they were also leading the entire game.
He gets Cleveland this week.
Yeah, look what they did to DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray sucks.
Look what they did to Derrick Henry. You were loving Derrick Henry all year.
Derrick Henry sucks.
Oh.
Unless you want to trade for him, then he's great.
Let me tell you why he's so amazing. I mean, Jordan's team, he benched Matt Ryan, finally. But, man, he's got Golden Tate and Emmanuel Sanders just sitting there. Just if he had those guys, they'd be doing a lot better. Let's go to who you gonna give that to? This is a tough one because Scott's not playing his hand right now.
I think I'm gonna go with the home team Scott on this one.
Whoa!
Scott bounce back week.
You think Scott's gonna have a bounce back week?
Yep. Jordan Howard at New Orleans. He's got some good matchups. Brandon Cooks home against the Chargers. Can't stop a nosebleed except for Denver, apparently. Denver just sucks.
I'm going with Scott, too. He's got too much potential on his team.
Too much firepower there. Scott, bounce back, buddy.
I'm still pulling for you, Scott. You get in the playoffs and you just wreak some havoc and make my prediction of you winning the league come true.
Hey, all you got to do is get there. It's all about getting to the dance.
I know that feeling. All right, let's go to Chuckles Pagano and Victorious Money.
Ooh, this is an interesting matchup for a lot of reasons. Record-wise, kind of a Jeff needs a big week. He's had a couple down weeks.
Mm-hmm. He's lost 2 straight.
Lost 2 straight. He made that big trade for AJ Green, who gets the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got to give this one to Jeff too, or to the home team Jeff as well. But
no more Leonard Fournette this week. He's on a bye. Diggs is banged up and he's playing in London.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be a tough one.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. Julio Jones, 7 weeks in, finally caught a touchdown pass. And it was a garbage time. Like, they weren't even looking at him.
No. Yeah.
And it was just very... if you redraft and you know what the results are going to be, you're not taking Julio Jones at pick 4.
No. He is the, what?
I don't know.
The 17th ranked wide receiver.
If you're Kyle, you're hoping he comes back to form, obviously, or or you have a couple good weeks and you try and sell high, but they're not the same Atlanta Falcons that they were last year. They look awful.
Yeah,
they look bad.
I got to give this to Jeff. Looking at Kyle's matchups, Wendell Smallwood and Jerick McKinnon. I mean, that doesn't.
DeAndre Hopkins at Seattle.
That doesn't strike fear into my opponent. If I'm liking that. You're liking that. He's in your division. He's going to take another one on the chin. I hope you pull the comeback out and beat Jeff, so it keeps my team somewhat in it.
That helps you, yeah.
I'm still going with Jeff. You going
with Jeff? Yeah, I'm going with Jeff.
Okay.
Here's another one. Next up is Blair Lynch at Nate Simpson.
Ooh, very hot. Some hot teams.
So exactly two hot teams here that.
This is going to be a very interesting matchup.
There's a lot going on here.
This is coming down to Monday Night Magic.
Yeah, and so Blair will be forced to root for the Kansas City because that's his favorite team. But in doing so, he's rooting for Alex Smith to do well. And so...
So he's playing against Alex Smith, and he has Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. So
yeah, I guess that bodes well.
Well, I mean, does it? But if Alex Smith starts throwing to Albert Wilson or someone, then...
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
And just dink and dunk to Kareem Hunt all night. I don't care.
This is a tough one here.
This is a tough one. I know. So for selfish division purposes, I want Nate to win.
What's the...
and also for league competitiveness, I want Nate to win.
Blair's a 13-point favorite.
I think Blair pulls this one out.
Ezekiel Elliott out Washington. You know?
Division matchup. Division rival. That's tough.
I'm going Nate.
Oof. I don't like that move, but...
Number 9 in the power rankings versus number 1 in the power rankings? All right, I changed my mind. That's a bad call.
I think Blair pulls this one out.
I think Blair pulls it out, too.
All right. Adam at Lewis. Adam looking to
Adam's
stay
going to
hot.
Florida?
Huh?
Is Adam going to Florida?
Yeah. He's flying all the way down there to play this game. Lewis currently projected to win by 10.
Carlos Hyde and Frank Gore for Lewis and Cam Newton at Tampa Bay. Gotta like that. Drew Brees and Michael Thomas. Adam likes to double dip. Thomas Rawls and Lamar Miller. Doesn't strike.
They're playing against each other.
And he's still got Jamison Crowder. Jamison Crowder. Yeah, I dropped him, and I thought he was going to be a stud this year.
Yeah, Adam's second running back.
Why? So what? Hold on.
Marshawn Lynch is. Well, we don't know if Marshawn Lynch is going to be suspended. I mean,
He's suspended.
Did they re-up it or?
Nope, they said he's suspended.
He's done.
Oh, you don't grab an official.
Yeah,
Knucklehead.
I agree. So here's what I don't know about. He's got Jarvis Landry on the bench.
That's what I was about to say. Why, if he's so confident he's going to be a top 7 receiver the rest of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you benching him on Thursday night against Baltimore? Baltimore is not that scary.
Baltimore's awful.
Yeah, over Jamison Crowder.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays Jamison Crowder, he's automatically a stutter dud.
Yep.
And we'll find out real quick what Jamison Crowder does.
Yep.
Bad call.
Lewis's team, he's got the number 1 wide receiver in Antonio Brown Sunday night. Cam, he goes as far as Cam goes.
I'm going to give
Cam Newton at Tampa Bay. If he think struggles like he has the last few weeks.
I think, oh man, this is a tough one. On one hand, I think that the law of averages in fantasy football, it swings and shifts, up, down, up, down. I think Lewis's guys have bounce back games, but Drew Brees and Adam's got some good matchups. If he plays Jamison Crowder, I'm going with Lewis. If he puts Jarvis Landry in, then I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Who are you going to go with?
I'm going Lewis. Again.
Lewis.
I think Lewis is
We're rooting for you, buddy. We're rooting for you to make you come back. Get back on the schneid.
Off the schneid.
Off the schneid.
On the schneid, bad, right?
I don't know. Depends on if the schneid's good or bad.
You're off the schneid, you're off 0, right? I don't know.
We hope you do good, Lewis.
Lewis, yeah. Come on.
For the league's,
we like
Adam
too.
morale.
We like Lewis.
We want you to bring your football
win,
back and play nice with everybody.
That's right. Finally, we have you and I.
Oh, boy.
The grudge match. I'm back-to-back grudge matches. I'm a little tired.
This isn't that big of a grudge match. We always have friendly competitions. I always beat you.
Exactly. And so I'm a little. Last week was mentally draining. This week I just not looking forward to it. I just want to get over it and ready to go. But I can't look past you. I got to one game at a time.
You got a one game at a time. This week though is kind of like a.
That's why they play the game.
Preseason week for you. I mean, are you scared right now of Andy Dalton and Josh Doxson?
I mean, but there's always Melvin Gordon. New England's defense is not good, so there's a chance Melvin Gordon has 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
He put up 3 points last week.
Bounce back week.
Well, I know. So normally we do a friendly wager. We always, because our teams are normally pretty. I mean, nobody's well ahead of the other one.
Agreed.
I would be willing to do a friendly wager, but I want some sort of odds with it
odds.
in there. I'm not betting on my team straight up.
Or bet the money line?
Or how about, I'll buy you lunch if you beat me, but if I beat you, you gotta buy my lunch for 3 days. What's the game line?
How about this? If I win
24 points. Oh my gosh! Every check mark is better than mine except for the defense.
You want to make a deal for a defense?
No, my defense is better.
I know. You want to make a deal to trade my defenses?
Yeah. Russell Wilson and Kareem Hunt for Andy Dalton and the Seattle Seahawks defense.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
I'm
open. I'm obviously. So this is the year to gamble with me because every move I've made has not worked out.
How about this?
You jinxed me. Every trade you make always works out.
I will If I win, you buy me lunch at Kung Fu Cafe, $5, and a McDonald's drink.
Okay.
If you win, I will buy you lunch at Mancino's, which is like $8 to $10.
I'll have to think about that.
I was trying to think about close restaurants.
If I win, I want you to buy me lunch at Kung Fu Cafe, but it has to be the Kung Fu Feast. like $25.
And there will be a lot of Monday Night Magic. Do you want to? Are we going to be texting back and forth on Monday night?
Yeah, we always text Sundays about football. So here's the thing. All my trades that I've been talking about have involved all my Monday Night Magic. I'm trying to get rid of all my Magic because my Magic isn't working.
I don't know if that's a good strategy. You gotta stay with what you know.
I mean, Denver at Kansas City. Come on. I needed a lot of magic and a lot of hocus pocus put onto that.
You got C.J. Anderson and Demaryius Thomas going right now.
Don't have a choice.
Well, we'll figure that out.
If Alex Collins played on Sunday, I'd play him. But tonight, I can't do it.
He's gonna go for 120 and 2 touchdowns.
He's gonna go. This is gonna be his coming out game right here. He's gonna be like, here I am.
They're gonna finally be like, has he been averaging 8 yards a carry all year?
He started last week.
They're gonna figure it out.
But they were losing the whole game, and they just.
It's a crappy Miami Dolphins team. Backup quarterback Matt Moore is playing.
Their defense isn't that bad.
You should probably just put him in.
You want me to put him in?
It's up to you.
How about this? You give me $5, I'll play him tonight.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
No thanks.
You buy me lunch tomorrow, I'll play him tomorrow.
I don't. No, because that'll backfire. I mean, it always does. You gotta play him straight up.
That would be great if you bought me lunch to play Alex Collins and he went for a career night like 35 points. That'd be
amazing. That'd be typical of my
not this year. I have not named one move that I made this year that has worked out in my favor.
Brandon Cooks.
He's the number 4 wide receiver in the league.
Yeah, that sucks. But he's a Patriot, so your team chemistry improved. But you don't have a bunch of cheaters on your team.
But I was thinking I got 2 solid wide receivers in the mix.
Who's that?
Demaryius Thomas and Terrell Pryor for him. How'd that work out?
Terrell Pryor didn't even play the other night until like the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he's done. He's horrible.
Yikes.
You want him back, Scott? I'll give him back.
I offered numerous times for Terrell Pryor. You're like, no.
And so I liked Chris Thompson out of that trade. I got him, and I flipped him into Devontae Adams. Great for me.
How's that working out for you? Chris Thompson got 100 yards receiving as a running back.
As a running back. He's leading their team in rushing yards and receiving yards.
Yikes. You know who that sucks for? Anybody that's had him on their fantasy team.
And then trade him for Devontae Adams the week that his MVP quarterback gets broke in half.
Don't worry, he may be back.
You want to draft a fantasy basketball team? I'm ready for fantasy basketball.
Yeah. Well, when do we start talking? When's the basketball segment? The Knicks are 0-3.
Bulls are
0-3.
Yep, there's going to be a segment.
Okay. Carmelo seems to be better in OKC.
Good job. We're all glad that all of our stars are flourishing in other places. Yeah. Paul George, Carmelo, Jimmy Butler. I mean, good for those guys. Bunch of turds.
All right, what else is on your list?
All right, that's all I got. We guessed the games for next week. Sometime I need someone to go back and listen to all of our podcasts and compile our predictions and see how close we are. Because right now I feel like I'm shooting like 20% on my predictions.
Who'd you predict to win in our matchup?
Oh, you.
Well, then I'm picking you.
Well, that's fine. Well, that's
I hope the 20% is this one.
No. If I beat you, there's no way I'm gonna beat you.
You can beat me. That's why they play the games.
No, don't give me that.
If you feel so confident, just sit your whole team. Or unconfident.
What do you mean sit my whole team?
Just bench them all and just play nobody.
Okay, I'll just bench them all.
You play Aaron Rodgers and Andrew Luck.
You want to pick who you play?
I'll let you play 2 quarterbacks if you play Andrew Luck as one of them.
Okay. I'll play him over Josh Doxson. It's not, ESPN's not letting me.
Oh. Well, we'll have to write a letter.
Yeah. We'll just tack on to Blair's since he can't pick up someone directly to his IR spot.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's all I got. Do you got anything else, Evan? Do you want to throw out there?
Good luck. Everybody is it's competitive right now. Nate and Jordan, we thought we were left them for dead, but here they are. They're both 2-5. Jordan eked out a win, but a win's a win, and that's eked out a win over me. And Jordan's won 2 games by a combined 2 points. So keep that in mind. Just need to. I don't know. I think when do we get to start marking people officially?
So here's the last thing I'm going to say about this. So we never set a trade deadline. We've always said there's no trade deadline, but it is an unspoken rule that once the playoffs hit, when the last game of the regular season finishes, you can pick up, you can drop, no trades.
And teams can only... I'd say you could still trade, but you have to trade other teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess if you want to trade another team in the playoffs, go ahead.
I don't know why you would, but...
Teams that aren't in the playoffs are not trading. That's pretty... So, and also, I mean, last year was very competitive to where we didn't have these issues because everybody was still in it up into that last week.
Yeah.
If someone does drop off...
That was wild.
I foreseeably see my team dropping down. I'm not going to drop my players. I won't drop those guys. I will try to make moves to better my team.
Until when? Officially eliminated?
Yeah, so like everybody, so this morning I came to work and the first thing I told you and Scott where I said, the fantasy football vultures are out. They're smelling death. They're circling my team. My team's down. My team's out. I'm not going to win this year. And I've got people throwing out trades for Gordon and Baldwin, and they're wanting me to take some of their bench guys that, I mean, you could maybe...
Looking at you, Kyle.
Oh. Wow. Just calling them out there. I wasn't even throwing anybody on the bus like that, but geez.
Hey, like Jerome Bettis just...
So, I mean, it's everybody paid their... Well, not everybody's paid yet, but everybody's paid their money to this is their team. They can do with what they want. I just hope that if anybody does fall out, that you respect the fantasy football gods and they do not come rain horror down upon you.
You know, I don't think you'll have to worry about it. I think we're going to stay...
Well, one year we had an owner get mad and drop his team at the playoff deadline.
I think we're not gonna have to worry about that. I think we're gonna stay competitive. I mean, 2 years in a row, no teams lost more than two, or no teams lost or won less than two, and no teams won more than five. So we're all right there.
So we got 6 games left.
6 games left.
Man, I mean,
so we're halfway through the regular season.
So I could go 4-9.
You could go 4-9 and potentially still make the playoffs.
No, I'm out.
I think that'd be hard to bounce back from.
I'm still gonna scrap. I'm gonna keep scraping by and hoping for that. I got the number 1 waiver wire spot. I'm just hoping for that big injury.
My ultimate goal here is to pass Scott, pass Adam on the all-time list. I want to be in 5th by the end of this year.
Oh.
Next, maybe 4th if I can get past you.
Next week we'll get some more statistics on the all-time Mermaid statistics board. We'll bring some more in. Yeah, we got some good ones coming up. No, we got some good ones coming up. All right, so that is all we got for the episode 9. We thank you for listening.
Scott, change your team name.
I like your team name, Scott. It's your team. You can make it whatever you want. Change yours to Scott Sucks.
No, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna kill his meanness with kindness. So
I love Scott.
I'm gonna put I love Scott. Scott and I'm gonna put in parentheses best friends forever.
Do you want me to Photoshop some things for you?
No, I'm good.
All right. That's it for the episode 9 podcast. Thank you for listening. We will check you out next week after Evan wallops my team.